In my lifetime, I'm going to do something clever. I am very clever. I know that sounds a bit narcissistic. I mean, it's true. But I believe that everyone in this room is very clever. When I was younger, maybe about 6 or 7, I was quite an odd child. Instead of doing what most 6-year-olds would do, like watching YouTube or playing football, I used to watch a series of documentaries by Brian Cox called The Wonders of the Universe. In these, he talked about how stars were created and how black holes were created and about the Big Bang. And actually, this is a bit off topic, but every time they did talk about black holes, I sometimes got scared I was going to get sucked into one. But at around the same age, I'd also asked my parents when I was meant to be going to bed, pretty much just the answers to life, the universe, and everything. Obviously, now I know in my older wisdom, the answer is obviously 42. One question I always had is, why are we so more intelligent than other animals? Well, to answer this question, I'm going to start by taking you back about 3.5 million years ago to one of our earliest ancestors, called the Australopithecus afarensis. You may know this animal because a very famous skeleton was uncovered of it, which is known as Lucy. But among scientists, the Australopithecus is mostly known for the first type of human to use tools. The reason it could do this is because we've always had bigger brain sizes in comparison to the size of our bodies. And this meant that a little while later, so about 1.5 million years ago, our most recent ancestors, the Homo erectus, discovered something amazing. Excuse the bad pun, but a spark was lit, per se, because they discovered how to make fire. And aside from anything else, this resulted in us being able to cook meat. That meant we got more protein from our meat. And if you didn't know, protein is responsible for growth and repair. So as well as our brains growing in size, our voice boxes also grew in size, which meant that after, a little while, languages began to form. And aside from anything else, that meant that we could think in words, and we could think more specifically and more deeply, and we began to uncover truths about the universe around us. It also meant that we could speak to each other and converse and share our different skills, which is how about 10,000 years ago, the agricultural revolution happened, when we realized that we didn't need to run around to look for food, and we could stay in one place and harvest the land around us using each other's different skills. This is what created settlements and civilization as we know it today. No one really knows what happened to the other humans. Some people think it's because us, the Homo sapiens, are more intelligent than the others and may have taken all the food. But most of the leading scientists think that it was because of the ice age that happened. That actually reduced us down to only a few 100,000, but no one's 100% sure. And I know I'm talking about us all amazing and wonderful, but we're not always quite so amazing and wonderful. We use our intelligence to build weapons that can destroy whole cities and civilizations. We fight over who wants what piece of land. We discriminate against people because of the color of their skin, where they were educated, or what they believe in. We kill other animals, not for food, but for sport. I think that's got to be a pretty poor use of our intelligence. Mostly, however, I think we're pretty good. You don't hear on the news anything good. You always hear about this terrorist attack here, this bad political decision over there. But I think the reason that we don't hear anything good is because good things are so common that they don't make for good news. I mean, if you think about it, what we've done on our time on Earth is incredible. We've learned how to go into space. We've learned how to, even living in houses, we've learned how to drive pieces of metal just from a press of a button with our feet. Even just behind me here is a screen just filled with thousands and thousands of tiny lights to project an image in front of you. Civilization as we know it has only been like this for 0.01% of our time on Earth. So use our privilege well, because we are the luckiest humans to have ever lived. Thank you.